So I now realize that it is so critically important for anyone that is serious about going from maybe being overweight or maybe just having a history where they have a hard time dialing in their diet so that they can reach their goal. It is critically important for this individual to take their study of understanding their relationship with food very fucking serious. So I just the past week I've been sick. I was sick like Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday. I've been doing pretty good. Today's Saturday. So the past 3 days, my diet has been dialed in. But I've had this problem of obsessively thinking about food for the past 2 days because tomorrow, Sunday, I and me and my fiance are supposed to be going to have like a brunch with my parents. And the goal was to like have Cracker Barrel, right? Have that for brunch, and then my girlfriend, or sorry, fiance, she was gonna make sopas. I love sopas. That's like my favorite Hispanic dish, right? And I've been thinking about this shit obsessively, so much so to the point where last night I found myself in bed watching Miguel's Cooking with Fire, like his short videos. Like if you know who that is, the way he makes food just looks fucking crazy. And it's just like this is the same behavior put themselves through these like people that put themselves through these painful, and I don't know why people do this, but people put themselves through these painful fasts where they're going these juice and cleanse for like 2 weeks or whatever, and they're just miserable. This is the same fucking thing they do. Like when I was doing the Whole 30 2 years ago with my mom, like towards the last 2 weeks of that diet, you can call it a diet, right? The last 2 weeks of the Whole 30, all I would do is watch like the Food Channel or like people do mukbangs of Papa John's pizza, like stupid shit. And that's what I was doing last night. And I realized that this was a problem. I realized that me thinking about this high calorie day, though it was planned, which I think is good, to have a planned cheat day or a high calorie day, I'm realizing that for me specifically, it doesn't work. For me specifically, what works for me right now, and again, I think this is the beautiful thing about when you understand and you have the wisdom in this, in this walk of trying to get to 10% body fat, jacked, lean, whatever you want to call it, right? You start to understand that you start to see big pictures. Like you start to see that just because it's like this right now doesn't mean it's always going to be like this. So right now, what I'm saying works for me is structure equals freedom. Leniency equals chaos. So for me to have 3 days where I eat the same thing, that works for me. But if I know on the fourth day I'm gonna have this high calorie day where I eat a bunch of bullshit like pancakes, bacon, eggs, and then forward to a couple hours later, I'm eating sopas, I probably consume 5,000 calories and I feel bloated as fuck. That's not gonna work for me because one, I don't like how that feeling feels anymore. Like, I don't like feeling full off of food that is like super processed or just like really high in fat and carbs. I hate that feeling. Like, it makes me feel sluggish, it makes me feel tired, and I don't like feeling like that. Especially now that like Sundays and Saturdays, the weekends are basically the days where I do my high volume running, like 3 to 5 miles, right? So again, it's so beautiful once you start to take your understanding of your relationship with food serious because now I'm at the point where because I had this realization, I said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do because I was like obsessively thinking about food. It was bad. Like I had already had my first 2 meals. I only eat 3 meals a day, and I had already had my first 2 meals. Um, my 3 meals, they're at the same time every single day. I have an eating window. I start at 9 and I stop at 8:30. That's what works for me. Nine works because it allows me to push my dinner to late in the day It's 8:30. My girlfriend, she gets off at 7, so it works, so I can have dinner with her. So again, this what works for me. And I don't think this is preached enough. It's like you have to find what works for you when it comes to dieting. Because you don't want it to just be a thing of you dieting, right? Because everyone in the world is trying to fucking diet. Everyone in the world is thinking, should I do the carnivore diet? Should I do the Atkins diet? Should I do the water diet? And everyone's looking like a goofball. What you want is a lifestyle. And the only way to get to this lifestyle is by understanding your relationship with food. When I got home after eating my second meal and I still had this craving, before I went and did anything, I had to sit down and ask myself, what is really happening right here? And what I came to the conclusion of is that I'm looking too far ahead. Like tomorrow's event, which is us being able to which is me consuming a high amount of calories tomorrow, is ruining my ability to adhere to today's, eating plan, which is meal one, meal two, meal three, right? I was wanting some like ice cream or some shit. I don't know. I was just craving something that wasn't on my plan. So, with that said, what I decided was, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Tonight, I am going to have, instead of tomorrow be the planned high calorie day, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to have tomorrow's high calorie day. I'm going to make tonight a planned high calorie meal. Instead of a high calorie day, I'm just going to have a high calorie meal tonight because I'm thinking about this shit way too much and I need to get it out of my system. I need to get it over with so that I can go back to what works for me. And that's when I discovered that what works for me is, again, structure. Structure equals freedom. So for me, for this season of my life, it's not permanent, it's just a season. For this season of my life, what works for me is the only way I'm going to get to 10% body fat is I have to eat the same thing every single day. I have to cut out cheat meals completely. I have to eat the same thing every single day for the next 3 months. Minimum. Next 3 months. Come May, I have this event where I'm going to allow myself to enjoy, not counting macros for this one day. But I am so serious about getting the results I want this year. Like, sometimes I look at my body, I'm like, bro, you have great genetics. Like, you would look sick. And by sick, I mean, like, you would look incredible if you were 10% body fat. You would look absolutely insane. Like, you may have arguably one of the most aesthetically pleasing body of all time. Of all time, literally. And if not of all time, right? Because a lot of there's people that have great bodies, whatever. But you'd be up there. But diet has always been the thing that stood in the way of me being able to reach my full potential as it comes to like my physical aesthetics and the things that I care about. And I care about my appearance. I do. I want to see how I want to maximize this physical vessel while I'm still young. I'm 29. I don't know how much more time I have. But, yesterday I saw this video of somebody who's in their 40s, and this dude looked absolutely amazing, bro. Like, he was shredded, but he wasn't too bulky. Like, he didn't look like a bodybuilder. He just looked like an athlete. And I want to be able to maintain that type of appearance in my 40s, and in my 50s is possible, in my 60s is possible. But I can't do that with the current relationship that I have with food. So I have to go through this season of sacrificing cheat days and making food celebratory like it's been since I was a child. If you let my mom tell you what food means to me, she would tell you that means he's happy. If you bring some food in front of this kid, he's happy. He's going to sing, he's going to dance, he's going to do the Michael Jackson. Like, no bullshit. That's literally the reaction I'd give when it was time to eat. Like, food has always been this event, and it can't be an event no more. It has to be boring. It has to be like routine. It has to be structured so that there's no deciding. Because if you let me decide, I'm going to start thinking about all the food that I love and enjoy. And it's going to turn into this event. It's going to become like almost like, what's the word? I don't know. Like, what's the word? it's gonna become too sexy. Like I'm gonna try to make the food too sexy. Like I'm gonna make it like I'm gonna. Damn, what is that word? I hate when I blank words. I don't know what the word is, okay, but you get what I'm saying. If you know, I feel like someone knows what word I'm trying to use. But the point I'm trying to make is, bro, like, yeah, if you're watching this, I want you to like seriously sit down. If you have to like journal for the next 4 hours and try to figure out what it is that is holding you back from being able to reach your goals as far as like losing weight, because let's be honest, you're not gonna lose weight with the shitty diet and but you work out every day. It's not gonna happen. There's millions and billions of people out there that think that's what's gonna get them there, but it's never gonna work. It's gonna require you to learn to maintain a diet where you're in a deficit. You're in a deficit. For me, it's on a rest day, it's 1,900 calories. On a day where I'm working out and moving a lot, it's 2,100 calories. And I want to learn and I want to master how to have this relationship with food where this is easy. Another thing that I thought of, and I'm going to let this video in, another thing I thought of that will work for me is, since today was hard and it's a Saturday, maybe the more boring meals won't work on the weekends. Maybe on Saturday and Sunday, as a reward for my consistency throughout the week and just sticking to the meal card that I've made for myself Monday through Friday, on Saturday and Sunday, I can tailor it to where I still meet my macros, but they're more enjoyable for Saturday, right? Because on Saturdays as a kid, it was always like that. Like Monday through Friday, we'd eat whatever my mom would cook, and then Saturdays and Sundays, we'd purge. We called it the purge, where we would just eat whatever the fuck we wanted, and that's why we were fat fucks. We would eat pizza, we'd eat American Deli, like those were our go-to spots. So on Saturday and Sunday, now that I'm an adult with these goals of getting to 10% body fat, I had to kind of mimic that style because it's ingrained in my system. That's what works for me. So that's what I'm going to do. On Saturdays and Sundays, okay, maybe I'll do a ribeye with butter and eggs, maybe no toast, maybe one piece of toast, whatever fits my macros. Saturdays and Sundays are my rest days. All I do is like active recovery stuff, so I may run 3 to 5 miles, but it's still considered a rest day. So I use my rest day calories, and again, I had to stay within 1,900 calories. So on those 2 days, again, steak, butter, 3 eggs, toast, whatever fits my macros. Fast forward to lunch, meal 2. Maybe I can do like two beef patties with cheese, pickle, and this like 0 calorie, or it's like 10 calorie ketchup that I really like. It's like by Primal Kitchen. It's this really healthy ketchup, and I love the way it tastes. So maybe I can do that for lunch with a vegetable like broccoli or something, and then dinner have a really hearty salad, like a really big salad where I just have my spring mix, cucumber, this vinaigrette I like by Bragg's, the brand Bragg's, and then a ton of chicken tenderloins, whatever fits my macros again. And boom, I've made my weekend kind of extravagant, and it's not the same as it was during Monday through Friday, right? That works for me. Again, it's like it kind of mimics the eating style that I had as a kid that I was like so fond of, but it keeps me on track, right? And it's still structured, it's still routine, it's still the same thing every Saturday and Sunday. I know that I'm gonna eat this, so I'm gonna go ahead and map this out and figure out what that meal is gonna be, and maybe in my next video I'll show you a Saturday and Sunday where, I walk you through my exact meals that I eat every Saturday and Sunday for the next 3 months. But what I realize is that, well, one, tomorrow is not going to happen. Like, again, me and my fiance, I'm going to have this planned high-calorie night, this one meal where I'm going to eat whatever I want, but I'm just going to go and have, like, 2 slices of pizza and a couple of wings and a beer with my fiance. That's it, right? And that's way better than what I was going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow was going to be pancakes, eggs, unlimited pancakes, unlimited eggs, bacon, biscuits, and then sopas, unlimited sopas. I was easily going to consume 10,000 calories tomorrow. No bullshit. Easily. So I feel like this has set me up for success. Just put me in a better position because again, I really just do not like that feeling of like feeling heavy. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm just gonna eat how I would, um, how I would on a Sunday. It's gonna be planned. It's gonna be no more than 1,900 calories, and we're gonna get to our goal this year. I'm so excited to share this journey with you because I know it's gonna motivate somebody who may struggle uh, staying dialed in with their diet. And it's hard. It's hard. I get it, and I want to be an advocate for you if you're watching this and you struggle. And I want to let you know, bro. Trust me, I've thought all the thoughts. I thought that I wasn't disciplined enough. I thought that food is always going to be in control, but no, it's not. And I'm going to prove that this year. So that's it.